Welcome to Poetry Changes Lives once again. Poetry, history and a thought for the day from my garden in Richmond-on-Thames in the London Borough. And it's a cold day today, but I'm happy to be out here reading poetry because I always get into a good mood when I'm doing that. And I hope it might help a few of you as well. Poetry, I just love the way it changes my mood, and it does it regularly, every day. It really does improve my mood. I'm going to read a rather strange poem today. We'll get to that in a minute. But today I'm talking about Virginia Woolf, who on this day, 1925, published her quite original novel, Mrs Dalloway, which is a stream of consciousness novel. It all takes place on one day, and it's the thoughts going through a fairly middle-class lady in London as she goes about her life. And it's partly seen as a response to the more famous and perhaps, dare I say, more a more special novel James Joyce wrote called Ulysses, that is world famous, of course, a larger book and a more groundbreaking book. It was actually published 3 years earlier than this, in 1922. Virginia Woolf and her husband Leonard Woolf ran a publishing company, Hogarth Press, and they were offered the chance to publish James Joyce's book, but they had to turn it down because the law in England about obscenity, and there was plenty of obscenity in James Joyce's book, would have put them in danger of going to prison. So of course it was Joyce's book was eventually published in Paris by that brave American lady, Sylvia Beach, the owner of the bookshop Shakespeare and Company, which still exists today. But she bravely published James Joyce's book, which was a remarkable thing to have done, and I salute her for that. But there are two very strange books, actually. Ulysses by Joyce and Mrs Dalloway by Virginia Woolf, both groundbreaking in similar ways, well worth reading. Virginia Woolf's book deals with subjects that were almost taboo in the 1920s, things like mental illness, suicide, dissatisfaction with one's marriage, and even lesbianism. You know, to write about that in the 1920s was pretty unusual and putting yourself up for a lot of criticism. But she did it. Of course, much of it in the book mirrored her own life. She was famously mentally prone to depression and that sort of things, and eventually she sadly took her own life in 1941, simply walked into a river with her pockets full of stones, and that was the end. Very tragic way to go. Well, today I'm going to read a poem that is strange. To me, it's interesting, but strange. It's not one of my favorite poems by this writer, Elizabeth Barrett Browning. I think she is a truly wonderful poet, but I think she's actually better talking about love and intimacy and relationships. I think such as her sonnets, I think are beautiful beyond compare in many ways. But this is interesting. See what you make of it. It's called Chorus of Eden Spirits. It's very well known, and it appears to be the voices of spirits from the world hereafter, you might say, spirits from the heavenly realm, talking and giving encouragement to struggling humans, encouraging them to keep going in their struggle through life. Here we are, Chorus of Eden Spirits by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Hearken, O hearken, let your souls behind you turn, gently moved. Our voices feel along the dread to find you, O lost, beloved. Through the thick-shielded and strong-marshalled angels they press and pierce. Our requiems follow fast on our evangels. Our voices throb in verse. We are but orphaned spirits left in Eden. A time ago, God gave us golden cups and we were bidden to feed you so. And when upon you, weary after roaming, death's seal is put, by the foregone ye shall discern the coming through eyelids shut. I think it's a voice intending to give encouragement. As I say, it's strange, interesting, uplifting in a way to feel that there is sort of encouragement coming from another world. But still, as I have to say, I think Elizabeth Barrett Browning, for me, is better talking about love. Today, I ask for the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Poetry has so many different aspects. I wish you all a good day and thank you for listening.